If you plan to play Silksong and care about spoilers, don't watch this video. You've been warned. Come back in a week or two or whenever you finish the game. But if you still want to play Silksong but don't care about spoilers, like me, then come and join me as we discover the music of Silksong for the first time. Let's go. And as always, with all my music reaction and analysis videos, I will be talking a lot. I'll be talking over the music, possibly pausing and talking and all that. So I highly suggest you listen to the music on your own. In fact, buy the album. It's available on Bandcamp, on Steam. It's also on Spotify, Apple Music. Go support the composer, go support Christopher Larkin, and support the devs. But yeah, let's go. Whew, here we go. Years and years of waiting. It's finally here. I'm so excited. Ooh. Very nice build-up. Wow! That magnitude! This says a bigger adventure is in store for you. This is full on, like, big symphonic music. Very cinematic, kind of Hollywood style. But still that classical flair. But this is definitely a bigger ensemble because Hollow Knight was a bit more chamber. Oh my goodness, this is so haunting. I mean, Dies Irae. You're gonna die. Oh my goodness. My goodness. The brass section. Whoa! A bit of grim vibes. Damn! My goodness! Wow! Yeah, the presence of the brass section is a welcome addition. There wasn't much emphasis on that in Hollow Knight, but damn oh damn. This immediately differentiates it. Moss Grotto. Let's go. This is probably the first safe area. Definitely has that light atmosphere of hollowness. Either that's an oboe or an English horn. I sometimes get confused on the two, but it's so lyrical. It's as if, I don't know, like Hornet herself singing or humming. Their violin solo. Yeah, we're back to the harp ostinatos, like Green Path. Yeah, that ostinato, the harp, the repeating notes, it's carrying the rhythm. Violin solos are always so good in Hollow Knight, so I guess Silksong is no different. Oh, wow. Whoa, this is sparkly. Kind of like twinkling lights. This kind of a vibe right here. Or like sunlight passing through leaves of a tree. Yeah, this is very folk European modal music, especially with that harp. That's very Celtic. That's a very Celtic kind of a playing style. Oh, now this part feels Hobbit-ish, like in the Shire. Very Hollow Knight, I mean, Hobbit Knight. Oh, idea. Oh. Oh, cello. Damn. From huge orchestral cinematic music. Look how crunchy that violin G-string sounds like. You can hear the wood, the crunchiness of the G-string. Let's go. These are like violin power chords. Is this like the new Hornet theme equivalent? Whoa, look at all those snappy modulations. Oh yeah, it does have the vibe of Mantis Lords and Hornet combined. It's still within that Baroque classical Vivaldi style. Look at those contrabasses. This is such aggressive violin playing. Triplets. Triplets all around. Triplets for everyone. Wow. This is definitely a boss fight. I'm sure of it. Strive. Oh, wow. From very aggressive to light. Wow, I think that's one of my favorites so far. Bone Bottom. Ah, of course. Another atmospheric one. I think I have two of my favorites now so far. Bone Bottom and Strive. I haven't even heard the whole Bone Bottom, but wow. This is gonna be great for a video game music box cover, don't you think? Yeah, Christopher Larkin definitely has range. Not just technical musicality, but also emotional range. This is very somber, like muted emotions. Oh, see how contrasting this echoey or reverb-heavy violin right here, as opposed to the previous one from Strive, where the violins are like recorded very close to the mic and you can hear the buzz of the wood and the bow. It's so aggressive. But this one is like further from the mic, or less dry as we call it in music production. Oh, somehow this reminds me of Oblivion. Elder Scrolls Oblivion, some of the, I think, Harvest Dawn, because of the way the harp is mixed, with the way the reverb is incorporated. Wow, this is... All the years of waiting was so worth it, because the progression of Hollow Knight music, which is already amazing, and to this, it's just so expansive, even with just hearing first 4 songs. Enter Pharloom. The opening song is just immediately so different. A bigger adventure. so beautiful. So beautiful. I am soaring, floating, or being caressed by a gentle spring or a brook. Oh, lots of bone puns right here. Bone bottom, the marrow, bone marrow. Wow. This is like a villainous entrance. It sounds so huge and yet so intimate. I don't know if you're getting what I'm saying, because the strings are played in a very gentle way, but then there's a deep bass drums that is just reverberating all throughout. Giving subtle choir. Wow, this is so subtly menacing. That chord, that harmony, oh my goodness. Yeah, definitely giving me a ton of Howard Shore, Lord of the Rings vibes with this. This is like one of those ambient scenes from the Mines of Moria, or when they finally saw some elves in the distance, or in the mysterious forest, Fangorn Forest. Yeah, a lot of high fantasy cinematic language, musical language being used here. Oh, look at that cluster chord. Cluster chord is like you play the piano, you make a knuckle, or you play it like that, like a reverse Italian sign, and you play all the close notes of a piano. That's a cluster chord, because it's literally a cluster of notes. But if you play it with different instruments, especially sustained instruments like the violins and the strings, it sounds like an ethereal kind of a vibe. Oh, wow. This is viola solo. Viola, oh my goodness. Yeah. That is, at least to my ears, that is distinctly a viola sound, because it's more nasally. It's too low for a violin, or it could be a very, very high cello range. Either way, doesn't matter. It's beautiful, very beautiful. Oh. Power chords, but choir. Oh, wow. This is almost like... Oh my, it is! A little bit of a Mongolian throat singing. All those overtones. That was very haunting. Waltz, let's go. A very aggressive waltz. Bell Beast. Dun, 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 dun. The title and the song itself, the music itself, definitely signifies boss battle. It's almost like Mantis Lords, but different. Yeah, the presence of so much horns and brass sections definitely make it different. different from Hollow Knight. I mean, there are, of course, brasses and horns in Hollow Knight, but not as pronounced as this. Oh my goodness, this is... Wow, okay. This section right here just endeared it to me immediately. Whoa! This is so rock and roll. No, it's heavy metal. Imagine this part right here, but being played in a metal setup. Oh my goodness. It's like Vivaldi, because Vivaldi is the metal of classical Baroque. Especially Summer. Wow. That was awesome. That is one of my favorites now, Bell Beast. See? So much emotional range. And now, Repose. Yeah, definitely a safe area. I did not expect that strong melody coming in. The flute and the harp, so ethereal, so, I don't know, melancholic, but also sound a little bit hopeful, positive. Oh, especially this cadence right here sounds very hopeful. Inverted chords make it sound a bit more hopeful, like raising up your emotions. Wow, quartal chords, na 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 na, like an open-tuned guitar. Deep docks. Deep docks. Is this supposed to be some sort of a harbor? Because I do hear some industrial metal sounds, like an anvil or some factory kind of sounds. So it definitely seems like it's supposed to be represent a busy area. But doesn't matter. This is all like rhetorical conjecture. This is just for the fun of imagination. Do you have a good imagination? If not, maybe you need to take a breather and think of things. Create stuff in your mind. This is very gloomy, a gloomy harbor or a gloomy area. I can even think of, I don't know, rusty walls, old tools, old metal contraptions that are no longer functional. Yeah, because this sounds so, dare I say, dystopian. Oh, it's one of the long ones as well. 3 minutes. Usually VGM, 1 minute, 2 minutes, and then it loops. So when a composer is in the mood, maybe they'll compose longer than 2 minutes. So 3 minutes tops. 4 minutes usually means the composer had a lot of ideas and just kept on writing and writing. And that's how Nobuo Uematsu said he wrote Dancing Man. He just had so many ideas and he didn't stop writing. it's very interesting. There's a lot of rumbling drums that are kind of sounding beautifully chaotic. So, yeah, that's just interesting. Lace. Oh, now we have a reference to sewing. The Silksong, and, you know, Hornet with her needle and thread playstyle. This is definitely sounding like a sister song to Hornet. Even the mood, the instrumentation. This is probably going to my favorites now as well. Yeah, definitely evoking Hornet. But it's like, I don't know, like a mirror reflection, or not literally, but kind of like... But it definitely has that feeling. Even the tempo. Oh my goodness, it's a broken down Hornet melody. Yeah, it's using Hornet's melody, but it's like bumped it out. Oh. See, even the solo parts. This is definitely a mirrored version of Hornet in a way. Artistically mirrored, not literally. Yeah, it's fragmented. but the spirit is there. The spirit of Hornet. Damn. That is beautiful. Oh my goodness. That chromatic run sounded like Flight of the Bumblebee, buzz, 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 but in a world of bugs, it's only appropriate. Far Fields. Another atmospheric exploration piece, I guess. Oh, this is the second piece that I've noticed that there's lots of playful, low rumbling drums. But this time it's not as chaotic as the deep docks. I guess that is great for people with like lots of great audio setups when they're playing the game. Harp, choir, and low drums. There it is again, the Mongolian throat singing. Oh wow. Celeste, violins, there's all like slowly creeping in. It's a slow build, very slow burn. is that a duduk? Or just a really special kind of reverb? Duduk is some sort of a Middle Eastern oboe. It sounds very warm like that. Fourth chorus. Oh. Whoa. This sounds so angelic, but at the same time, very march-like a march into war. Kind of like exaggeratingly religious kind of music. This is my jam. Very Mozart, Requiem, Beethoven, all the classical cadences that I like. It sounds huge and intimidating, but at the same time, it sounds mellow and gentle. Music is amazing. There it is again, the crunchy brass section. Greymoor. Oh, Greymoor. Like a foggy tundra, I guess. But it does fit. Tremolo strings kind of conveying this foggy, hazy atmosphere. And the solo cello, I guess. Yeah, it does seem like a very reverb-heavy cello solo. It is providing this somber tone, this sad, dreary, gloomy atmosphere. Like, you know, it's gray clouds, gray haze, gray fog. Reminds me so much of that scene from, is it The Never-Ending Story? The Bogs. Yeah, that is always a sad scene with the horse, if you know what I mean. Oh. Dissonances and consonances, like playing off each other. Now this part seems like a bit more hopeful, like you're seeing the light at the end of a tunnel. But it was just your imagination, an illusion. We're back to the sad, gloomy atmosphere. Oh yeah, it is a cello, but it is being played sul ponticello, and that is you're playing the bow of the string. You're playing the bow on the string. So if this is like the bridge of the violin, you normally play on the string here. But if you play it closer to the bridge, or in the violin, or in the cello, in a viola, if you play the bow closer to the bridge, it it's gonna sound a bit more nasal, like this. It's like a muted trumpet principle, kind of, in a way, but it does produce this kind of so unique timbre that is, as I said, a bit more nasal, but there's also lots of overtones at play. Very unique atmosphere, as you're hearing. Beautiful. Reminds me of Adagio for Strings by Barber. That kind of slow strings going in and out. Beautiful. Incisive Battle. More aggressive strings. But percussion. I think that's percussion being played on brush sticks. Those syncopations. Oh my goodness. Tritones. That pedal tone, that suspension of the harmony. Oh my goodness. This is so much, oh wow. This is so much more advanced. Damn, Christopher Larkin just like he outdid himself in Hollow Knight. And now Silksong, this is just so advanced compositional writing. Damn. Short and sweet. Bellhart. This immediately sounds like it's gonna be one of my favorites. The same way Green Path is. Or City of Tears. I definitely adore the more mellow but melodic songs from Hollow Knight. So I'm guessing it's not gonna be that much of a difference for me personally with Silksong. And this definitely feels like a song that I'll play on repeat when I'm trying to relax or trying to do chores or something. Oh wow, this usage of gamelan instruments reminds me so much of, I think it was called Crystal Caverns or Crystalline Caves from Hollow Knight. It doesn't matter, you know what I'm talking about. Because it's also using the gongs, gamelan gongs, and also has this atmospheric vibe. But this is more peaceful, I would say. Even the usage, the artistic usage is very much like traditional gamelan music because of the usage. It's called a kolotony, that kind of rhythmic, layered rhythmic style with symmetry. That's how they do it in gamelan music. That's called a kolotony. Yeah, there's polyphony, there's kolotony, lots and lots of layering techniques in music. Yeah, there's a consistent rhythm. The bells, the high bells, dun, 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 dun. It's carrying the rhythmic motion. Widow. Oh my. Spider reference. He's definitely a boss. Pam pam. Oh. Wow. This. Oh wow. This is Apocalyptica vibes. You know that cello, rock cello duo. But yeah, this is evoking so much of that aggressive bowed string playing. Yeah, you can even feel how powerful they're playing the bow with. Oh wow, that just like sounds like metal riff. Yeah, definitely within the brand, the auditory brand of Hollow Knight. I mean, it makes sense. It's Christopher Larkin. Subtle key change, of course. Oh, from aggressive to mellow. Or actually both. Oh wow, that harmonic sequence is genius. Now this sounds so Beethoven. In any development part of his any of his symphonies. Whew. I love that. Shellwood. Nice delay of green path style harp with the delays. Dun, dun, dun. It sounds like a clock. Tick tock, tick tock. Yeah, harp, dulcimer, pizzicato strings, and very beautifully played oboe. It sounds so Baroque, but because of the way it's mixed with the modern delays and modern reverbs, it sounds both Baroque and modern. Oh, hopeful strings. It tugs your heartstrings. Shellwood is probably candidate for a favorite. I'm making a list as we go along. Beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful and relaxing. Oh my goodness. Sister Splinter. This... kind of like Nosk, maybe? Oh! This is like... so Hollywood cinematic, like an action film score, like a rooftop chase or a car chase. I imagine Jason Bourne or Mission Impossible. Especially the coleño technique. You're hearing it like a clack, 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 clack. That's actually the bow of the violin. You're hitting the strings with the wood. It gives that some sort of aggressive clacking sound. That's called a coleño. And you'll hear it in many, many action scores. Like this one is also using that a lot. And it sounds so aggressive, but yet atmospheric in an aggressive kind of way. Hunter's Trail. Oh! That almost sounded like Vivaldi or Bach, but then it modernized in a different modulation that you don't usually hear in Baroque classical. Now it's Christopher Larkin. Hunter's Trail. It's probably in my list as well. Yeah, I like more of the slower music for all kinds of occasions. Yeah, it reminded me a little bit of Vivaldi's Guitar Concerto, the slow part. You probably heard it in Sesame Street with those close-ups of leaves with dewdrops. Let me know if you know what I'm referring to. Yeah, I think 120 seconds is, so far, the common short length of the pieces. Sinner's Road. Oh. This is a creepy vibe. Kind of like Deep Nest, maybe. Maybe it's a area with lots of traps. Hidden surprises. Hidden ambushes. I don't know. I mean, it's typical of Hollow Knight and probably now Silksong to always ambush you like that. Probably a bassoon solo, yeah. But again, the specific instrument doesn't matter. The emotion it gives you, the emotion it conveys to you is the more important one. Like, I know this is a clarinet, but that's because I studied this for life. For more than 30 years of my life, I've studied these kinds of things. But for the normal listener, aka 99% of people in the world, they don't care about that. They listen to the music, and the more important thing is, did it make you feel? Did it make you laugh? Did it make you cry? And at the end of the day, that is the more important thing. Identifying the instrument is just for nerds like me. Or hobbyists, maybe. Very nice vibe. Dark, atmospheric, creepy vibes. Another one that evokes one of the pieces from Hollow Knight. I forget the title, but one of those. Cut Through. I use this kind of rhythmic technique. Yeah, you're over syncopating it because it just sounds cool. Done. 2, 3, 4, but then Yeah, that is a matter of mastery of counting. Counting the music as you play. Another skill you develop as a musician. Yeah, it's kind of like the musical equivalent of patting your head and rubbing your tummy at the same time. Oh my, lovely syncopations. Wow, yeah. I'm thinking if this has a conductor, he'll be aggressively counting. Dun, dun, dun. It's great mastery of performance. Bilewater. Uh-oh. Bilewater, that's not a good sign. But for a song titled Bilewater, this sounds so tranquil. Tranquil and peaceful. Maybe that's the illusion. Maybe narratively, the body of water looks peaceful and tranquil and friendly, but it's actually poison. But suffice to say, this has made it to my list. And when we're done with the full album, I'm going to reveal my own list of my personal favorites. Wow, this is expanding now. Dulcimer. This is gonna be perfect for another music box cover album. Which is also what I'm doing here. Not only am I listing my own personal favorites, because I am just really a fan of Christopher Larkin as composer, regardless of Hollow Knight. But I'm also collecting what I think will be good candidates for another Hollow Knight or Silksong music box cover album. Yeah, I think I found Christopher Larkin's favorite default setup for the more mellow pieces. Harp, dulcimer, and violin. And some low rumbling cellos or low rumbling percussion. Which is frankly a very cool combination. Beautiful. The Mist. Uh-oh. It's not a good sign when we're hearing a church organ. Yeah, I think the first time I heard when I was playing Hollow Knight for the first time, and the first instance of church organ I heard during my first playthrough was with that spirit something boss who looked friendly at first but was actually an enemy. And then, boom, menacing church organ music. It's like, whoa, okay. Because there's something with church organ music. It just gives this larger-than-life feeling of evil or holier-than-thou intentions. I don't know. That's why it was also used in Radiance. And a lot of supervillain themes usually will have the presence of a pipe organ or a church organ. But this one is sparingly used, kind of more in a mellow. Oh, wow. It's starting to sound more aggressive now. Yeah, the more nasal it starts to sound, the more evil it feels. But it started a bit more on the rounded tones. Ah, we didn't get full evil. Now we do. Whoa, this is... Yeah, okay. Yeah. This is it. This is the evil organ sound. This is the villainous organ. Phantom. Phantom of the Opera. Damn. Is this the new Grimm theme? Yeah, it gives up some Danny Elfman vibes. Definitely. Any of his Tim Burton film scores. That, you know, dark gothic horror. This is my jam. This is it. This is it. This is probably my top favorite now in terms of musical technicality. Yeah, I mean, do you agree? I mean, it sounds so operatic, so cinematic, so larger than life. Just the sound of the pipe organ itself. I don't know, it's because it's been used so much in old Dracula or vampire films. Toccata in Fugue in D minor by Bach is like the go-to. Oh, Gamelan's back in the menu. The Slab. Yeah, the gongs are being used as texture. Wow, okay, that actually inspired me. I might attempt to write a composition like similar to this kind of a layering of gongs in, or something that is like artistically chaotic, not chaotic, but orderly chaos. It's still rhythmic, very fixed rhythm, but because of the sound of the gongs, which is muffled, muddy, it sounds like it's just all blurring into this homogeneous blob of textural sounds. Which in contrast, there's this very defined melodic line by the bowed string. Either a viola or cello, again, it doesn't matter. Is it making you feel something? That's what matters. Very nice. The specific instruments only matter in a discussion of, I guess, classroom style or historical. Red Maiden! Oh my! Another kind of hornet-esque. How could I not realize it? Red Maiden! It's Hornet! Are we gonna call it Hornet 2 Electric Boogaloo? Ah, this rhythm! Oh! It evokes the spirit of Hornet, even much more obvious than Lace. Even the accents of the strings. That's the accent of Hornet, the piece. This is a great tribute to the old piece without copying it word for word or note for note. Why did I say word for word? But you know what I mean. You're smart, right? Right? Oh, even that slowed down. Mount Fae. Damn, that reverb, that delay and reverb combination is just lovely. Cluster chord. Yeah, another great use of atmosphere, of course. Simple harmonies, changing just a little, but it really shows a different emotional impact each time it does change. Yeah, I always believe that the backbone of musical emotion is harmony. That's why a lot of film scores always, change up the chords, change up the harmonies, depending on what emotion they want the scene to convey. And I feel like this scene is something like trying to convey a situation where you're pondering, you're deciding on something, but you're still undecided because there's lots of the feeling of hanging, suspended, because of that long, same harmony at the bottom. But the changing notes at the top kind of represents that indecision. You're deciding left or right, up or down. I don't know. Oh, interesting. This is another more than 3 minutes piece. I'm guessing it's important for the atmosphere of whichever area this is using. But it does sound expansive, like a cavernous space. Maybe lots of shimmering, glimmering ores, jewels, secrets that you will have to reveal. Ah. Revered pizzicato. Ding. 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 Very simple ideas right here. Simple but very effective. Even just the few notes are already telling so much stories in my mind, at least. And there's that kind of static noise in the background. I wonder how that's gonna play out in the game. Blasted steps. Oh, very nice flangey effect. Oh, this very synth heavy. I don't hear any obvious live instruments yet. Oh, of course, vocals, duh. Another atmospheric piece. Very nice. By the way, I just remembered something. I just realized that the piece Lace, I think that's the demo that Christopher Larkin initially released when Silksong was not yet out. And I saw the video of that in his channel on YouTube, but never clicked it. I just connected the two and two together. But I'm glad I saved up this moment to first time listen. Last Judge. Very last boss fight. This is a cantata. The same style of Karl Orff's Carmina Burana, the orchestral version of One Winged Angel, or Duel of the Fates from The Phantom Menace by John Williams. Tubular bells. Yeah, it sounds so much larger than life. A universe-ending catastrophe. It's happening right in your eyes. And this is the soundtrack for that. And there's a reason why they always use this kind of musical combination, because it sounds very much like the final moment of your life. The final moment of the world, of the universe. Bombastic 100-piece chorale. And the tubular bells always sound so, I don't know, for whom the bell tolls. It sounds so final, like your final moments. Damn. Bom, bom, bom. Forward. March. Fight. Show us all those sweaty moves. Wow. Yeah, definitely a bigger sound overall. Underworks. Interesting. Oh no. That almost sounded like the Jason Bourne theme. But yeah, I do love cello solos. Cello solos everywhere. Oh, that gritty low sound. This is very meditative, but also kind of scary because of the emphasis on low notes. That was a kind of a dissonant, like a melody. Yeah, like everything's about to fall apart. Major, minor. You're happy, then suddenly sad. Oh. Yeah, very simple concept right here, but very effective atmospherically, of course. All right. I'll take a short break. All right. Back for the music. Ooh. Sounds very inspirational. Like one of those videos with inspirational quotes. Yeah, sounds very heavenly. Very nice chord progression. That bass is so satisfying. Yeah, definitely worth it listening with headphones, or in my case, in-ear monitors. The contrast was so obvious. Started as floaty, treble heavy, and then the bass comes in, boom. That is a masterful texture building. I wonder what kind of area is this. I'm excited to explore this, but it does feel like beautiful cathedral-like area, probably. Maybe a beautiful garden. By the way, I don't care if I guessed it right or wrong. I just like to imagine stuff in my head. Those low bowed strings are so satisfying. Oh, it does have White Palace vibes, at least the riff. The arpeggio. This is beautiful. Probably in my list now. Songclave. Oboe. Yeah, this is beautiful. The melody with the oboe and the piano makes it sound very intimate, very small scale. But then you have the bowed low strings of a full orchestra. So it's both intimate and epic. Like personal and majestic. Contrasts are so beautiful like that with music. Another short and sweet piece. Oh! This is like a mechanical clockwork dance. Especially with those ticking mechanisms. My goodness, this is like a marionette palace. This is beautiful. Oh my god. New favorite, Cogwork Dancers. Oh. This is like dancing marionettes. A whole ensemble of dancing puppets or marionettes. Maybe that's the boss. Reminds me of that mecha boss from Genshin Impact, the Dancers. Also clockwork, steampunk-ish. Okay, we're upping the Baroque flavor. This is going into Vivaldi territory. That's Vivaldi. That is so Vivaldi. This is beautiful. Yes, release those brasses. Oh my goodness, so emotional. Those modulations, those beautiful key changes. Damn, I think I found my number one at this moment. For now. Still got around 20 plus more songs to go, but I think this might be probably in my top 3. Beautiful. Oh! In the same vibe, also Cogwork. So I guess that's a new concept for Silksong. Cogwork, enemies, aesthetic. Doubling down on the clock tick-tocking sound. I love it when composers do that. Hans Zimmer has done that, incorporating the tick-tocking sound in the actual composition. But this one's a little bit more chill. I love that it sounds very music box, and it makes sense because, you know, the music box is also something of a wind-up mechanism. Oh my goodness. I think this is evoking those antique giant music boxes, you know, where they actually use a kind of giant disc. Triplets breaking up the monotony, the artistic monotony. That was very haunting. I love it. I love it. Wow. Yeah, that cello immediately setting up the arpeggio melody, or at least that cello section. I wonder if I played this to my dad, who's a music teacher, art appreciation professor. I wonder if he'll just think, oh, this is classical style. I'm sure of it. Because this one, it sounds like very much in the territory of Bach. Some parts even remind me of Air on G string. But this is a bit more, what is it? Poignant, a little bit more melancholic. Wow, yeah, there are so many tastefully done featured solos of each instrument. Yeah, he's definitely sprinkling it around. Christopher Larkin is sprinkling around solo parts and ensemble parts very tastefully. That's called utilizing your tools, maximizing your tools. Oh, you got a bunch of talented soloists? Make them all shine. Give them parts that'll showcase their talents. Beautiful. Trobbio. This is very whimsical. A whimsical chase. This is probably part of my top 10. It's funny. Somehow it reminds me of Home Alone. It has that whimsical, comical vibe. Oh, we are back in Vivaldi territory. Wow. That sounded very Beethoven. Beethoven, Vivaldi, Mozart, or simply Christopher Larkin. And a little bit of John Williams in it. I love that mastery of volume, you know. The string section, the percussion section, they scaled back their volume to make that solo piano line stand out. Epic. High halls. This definitely screams a music box cover. Yeah, my list is growing. It's a mitosis of melodies. Started with that English horn solo or an oboe solo. The flute doubled it, and it's like they spread out. Like musical mitosis. Now it's just the flute and the harp. Very lullaby-like. I like that accent. Very nice. Ends on a somber note. Here we go. Oh, wow. This is Beethoven levels of epicness. Damn! The brasses. I love that. That contrast of heavy and then rhythmic strings. That is so Hollow Knight. That is so Larkin. Yeah, I think that's become part of his signature style of composition. That was so clever. Using the breaks as key change, so sneaky. Yeah, I can already imagine this is a difficult boss fight. Oh, wow. Oh my goodness, the choir. The choir, is that the name of a boss? Just like the Mantis Lords, the choir itself is an enemy. I don't know. Yeah. Doesn't matter, by the way, if I'm right or wrong. This is just like, it's just fun to imagine things because, you know, we are given our imaginations to use it. All right. That has been added, of course, to my favorites as well. Awakening. Ooh, it's almost 4 minutes long. All right. Immediately, you can even guess by the first few seconds, it's atmospheric. Probably an ambient setup. It does have the same vibe as a Greymoor with that gloomy atmosphere. And those muddy reverbs, muddy echoey pads, synth pads. Very echo-heavy violins. They're muddying up the sound. So giving this blurry thing. Uh-oh. No longer is this atmospheric. Atmospheric to epic. La, da, da, da. That is the theme of death, Dies Irae. It's a musical meme from the 1500s. The brasses add so much majestic vibes to it. Oh, wow. This is world-ending. This is Duel of the Fates level of majesticism, epicness. Oh, key change. Oh, sequence. Oh, wow. Oh, the triplets. Percussion zooming. Adding a further layer of complexity to it. Dun dun dun. Wow. And the choir goes wild. Awakening. What did this music awaken? Oh my goodness. It started as a creepy atmospheric thing. Then somehow you stirred up some trouble and then you awakened the beast. It's kind of a Lovecraftian in a way. Yeah, added to my favorites. Awakening. Dark Descent. Uh-oh. Is this like Deep Nest territory? Dark, creepy, low rumbling. Skittering. Enemy bugs skittering and skittering. I'm just imagining stuff. Uh-oh. Something's chasing you. Distortion! Wow! I think it's all epicness from here onwards. That's all rhythmic staccatos. And once again, we're hearing the colenio, the bow of the violin hitting the strings with the wood part. Yeah, this feels like you have a time limit. Go, go, go! Those gritty bowed strings. So metal. And there's some sort of distortion or bit crusher effect being used. Yeah. Good vibes. Reprieve. Finally, we escaped the danger. Here's some well-earned rest. This is like Bapanada. Is this like that hot springs area from Hollow Knight? There it is again. The theme of death. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Dies Irae. Wonder if that's intentional. Most of the time it appears in film scores. It's very intentional. Oh, beautiful. It turned itself around. It sounded on the hopeful side. Nice vibe. Nyleth. Yeah. It's very nice that you can immediately tell that if it's going for a melodic approach or a atmospheric approach, and this is one of those cases. Oh yeah, there's the melody right there at the very beginning. Swelling strings are always such a tugging your heartstrings vibe. Because it's emotional, especially if it's well played by the ensemble. It's just, it's like a cheat code to make you feel like a gripping emotion or like a, I don't know, very emotional kind of tearjerker. Oh. Oh. Oh my goodness. That shift from an intimate to majestic sound, that is amazing. This is so emotional. It's like a death scene. Somebody dying in your arms. Like somebody's heroic death or heroic sacrifice. Wow. The endings are always so powerful here. Skarrsinger Karmelita. Oh, definitely a boss fight because we got the Vivaldi strings. The Mantis Lord's riff, kind of. Oh my goodness. This is definitely the favorite. Another favorite. Wow. This is like an amalgamation of the singing from City of Tears and the energy of Mantis Lords combined. Ethereal singing, energetic strings. Let's go. That leading tone is... Wow. It's like leading you home, but kind of hanging for a bit. Now, I don't know if this is a boss theme or not. It does have the energy of a boss theme. Oh, especially this, but it does kind of sound ethereal. It might be a different part of the story, but it doesn't matter. I don't really care if I'm right or wrong. Sands of Karak. Another atmospheric piece, maybe? Or will it surprise us again? So many surprises with just the mood changes in the music. Definitely reflective of the gameplay as well. You're exploring something, you find, oh, this is a peaceful area, and then boom, you're dead. You got ambushed by something that's hidden. Yeah, great use of the delays and the reverbs to set that cavernous kind of feeling with just music. Because there's always a challenge in trying to build atmosphere or a feeling of a sense of space or spaciousness, especially if the style is 2D art. Of course, there are many ways you can convey expanse. But with the visuals and the music working side by side, it can add up to that feeling. Oh, this space is a huge area, even if you're just seeing like a tiny part in the game. Because of the way the music is mixed, the echoes, and maybe the sound effects has these echoey sounds as well. It gives you that immersion that you're in a huge cavernous area. That's the beauty of sound design. Nice. Crust King Khann. Oh my goodness. This is like Dung Defender kind of vibe. Dun dun dun. Da, 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 da. It has that same vibe, at least. That syncope. I think that was what I was missing earlier. The Dung Defender vibe. Wow, it sounds so adventurous. Yeah. It is hammering the harmony in your face. Bang, bang, bang. Bang, 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 bang. Here, have some harmony. Have some chord progression. Bang. Oh, xylophones. Very nice, very nice. I love that. I enjoy that a lot. Probably not gonna be in my everyday listen. Lost Verdania. Another music box-esque kind of a theme. Oh. More of those swelling strings that I keep talking about. Very nice. Yeah, it changes up the artistic monotony of the continuous arpeggios of the music box sound. Kind of like a celeste. Probably a synth. probably a nice improv piece with violin. Let's go, cello. Again, it's another example of that intimate but majestic because of the music box sound and the solo violin, solo flute, solo cello. It has this impression of it's small chamber music. But then you have the full low end of the string orchestra, you know, great contrast. Small in the forefront, but huge in atmosphere. Something like that. So much harp music, especially. Very hopeful sounding. It's all interweaving melodies. Like showing their face and then fading out in a gradual way. Nice. Clover Dancers. Ooh. Clover Dancers. Oh my goodness. It harks back to the Cogwork Dancers as well. Lots of dancing analogies. Oh, it's a classical lament. Kind of like a Nutcracker suite in a bit. Very much a ballet. Oh, that chord progression is so Christopher Larkin. This one. Wow. Yeah. Oh my goodness. That is so good. Fleatopia. Ooh. Is this like another city or another area like the Grubs? I don't know. Fleatopia sounds like a cute name. Hello. Another favorite. Harp, violin, flute. French horn, yeah. This sounds so cute. I can imagine adorable little creatures appearing on screen. I don't know. It sounds so cozy because of the harp. The harp is always, I don't know, by default it's just a cheat code for cozy, ethereal, atmospheric. There are many cheat codes in music. If If you want me to make a video about that, yeah, let me know. I can tell you all about the cheat codes that composers are using to make you feel a certain way. Because I've done it myself many times. Nice hi-hats, or actually ride cymbal. Yeah, that was adorable. Tormented Trobbio. We had Trobbio and now Tormented Trobbio. Oh. Wow, that is the motif. Tormented. We have Trobbio and now we have Tormented Trobbio. Is this like another corruption incident? That range, man. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this entire soundtrack is... Yeah. This is full-on cinematic. This is such a huge difference of scale compared to Hollow Knight's more smaller scale ensemble, chamber ensemble. They definitely had more budget for better, or I mean, not better, bigger or more musicians. He jumped at the chance. Red Memory. Yeah, Red Maiden, Red Memory. Red a water jug. Red jacket. Glass synth pads? I don't know. I think it's like a synth version of those wine glass, the musical wine glass where you spin to make a sound. Like a realization. Everything has been revealed. The big secret, it's out. Very nice atmosphere. All in all, I think there's a lot more atmospheric pieces than the energetic ones. I didn't really count, but it does feel like that. Last Dive. Yeah, I think the titles from this part probably might be spoilery for those who care. I don't. Even though I'm playing the game myself. It's another harp with swelling strings, atmosphere. I thought that was X-Files for a bit. It's another one of those ambush pieces, starting off slow and then it tricks you. Oh, we're going fast. What an emotional performance of the violin. I hear subtle brasses. Wow. Oh my, this sounds so heroic. No wonder it's called Last Dive. Oh my goodness, this sounds like a final struggle, the last hurdle, the last dive that the protagonist has to face. Is this like a cinematic cutscene where Hornet is just like diving downwards, like to an endless abyss, and this music plays like a cutscene? I don't know. Lost Lace. It sounds like one of those dancers pieces, but a bit slower. Yeah, this is like the not Hornet leitmotif. The derivative, or like the sister song, the sister melody. Vivaldi again. I think, I might be wrong, but I think Vivaldi is one of Christopher Larkin's favorites, at least as a composer. Oh, and now we're in John Williams territory. Cinematic, neo-romantic classical music. This is so emotional. It's like the conflicted final battle. It's like an emotional final fight. You're fighting with an old friend who is now your enemy. I don't know. That's what it feels like. Because it's so emotional in that way. It doesn't feel like just a regular villain struggle. You're not just fighting some regular bland old villain. If it's even a villain fight at all. Yeah, very emotional. Epic and emotional. I think we're down to our last two songs. Yeah, Sister of the Void. Oh, this motif again. Found another for my list. Sister of the Void. Is Hornet the sister of the Void? Or does she have a sister? I guess we'll all find out soon enough. Yeah, this is nostalgic. This is harking back to the musical scale in terms of size of Hollow Knight. This is more chamber. I don't hear any majestic strings. This is more intimate. Yeah, this is more Hollow Knight scale instead of Silksong, which I appreciate, you know. I hear there's even a contrabass, but it feels like, well, yeah, it's not even an ensemble of contrabass players. It's just one. Yeah, I can hear the singularity of the instruments. It's just one instance of contrabass, one instance of cello. Beautiful, beautiful. Title song, Silksong. Is the Dies Irae again? Na, 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 na. Or a variant of it. I don't think I heard this one before as well in probably the trailers. I didn't watch a trailer yet. I just wanted to be surprised straight into the music. Yeah, we're back to the small but majestic. One intimate harp, but we have a full orchestral string section. Oh, I hear some synth bell sound, some crystalline sound. Very ethereal. Wow. And that is the music of Silksong. My goodness, I quite enjoyed that experience. What I think is the biggest difference between the soundtrack of Hollow Knight and the soundtrack of Silksong is the size. They definitely used full orchestral combinations here. Full orchestra with brass section, full orchestra string section, woodwind section. There's just so much size and majestic flavor in Silksong soundtrack as opposed to Hollow Knight's a bit more chamber, a bit more smaller scale in terms of sound size. That doesn't mean it's bad or good. It's just a different approach. And this kind of more majestic cinematic approach can definitely be a match to, let's say, the scope of the game probably being a bigger adventure, more expansive, more open-ended, more open world per se. And also just means they probably have a bigger music budget this time that they can hire a bigger ensemble of instrumentalists. And, you know, I quite enjoyed a lot, but my goodness, maybe, I don't know. My favorite probably is the Cogwork Dancers, Cogwork Core, Clover Dancers. Fleatopia is very nice. Red Maiden, Lace, and I think the choir is also a highlight for me. Skarrsinger Karmelita, and oh my goodness, I think, yeah, 27 selections, which I will list here. These are my personal favorites. Some of them will be added to my own personal listening playlist, and some of them I'll be making into music box covers for my other artist brand called Video Game Music Box. We can check it out on all music platforms. But I have released under Video Game Music Box a couple of Hollow Knight albums as well, and I plan to do the same for Silksong. So yeah, do check that out if you like lullaby-style arrangements of video game music. And I got a ton of those kinds of albums for your favorite video game music franchises. But oh my goodness, yeah, let me know what are your favorites. I'm pretty sure you'll have your own favorites. And if you're playing Silksong, yeah, please enjoy the music, continue playing the game. Support the devs. They did a wonderful job with the music, especially Christopher Larkin. Please buy his album. If you can, buy his album on Steam, buy his album on Bandcamp, stream his songs on Spotify. It's what I've done. I bought the album twice because it's just pure high art. And yeah, if you're still watching until this part of the video, thank you so much for joining me in this very amazing, epic, and majestic musical journey through the music of Silksong, composed by Christopher Larkin with help from a lot of musicians. You can check out in the credits, in the Bandcamp page. It's there. I think in the Steam page, it's also there. The list of musicians, they're all there. I'm very happy. The wait was so worth it. And I hope it was also worth it for you, both music-wise and gameplay-wise. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.